Kicking things off for us this week is United States Fire Administrator Dr. Lori Moore-Merrell. Dr. Moore-Merrell has served as administrator since 2021 and has overseen some impressive new initiatives aimed at supporting and promoting firefighters nationwide. It is such a pleasure to have you here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Well, you are officially opening up FRI2024 at today's general session. Why is it so important to you to be at this conference, and what key points do you hope to hit?
You know, I think it is exciting because this is the one conference where we have so many leaders from the fire service nationwide. So the chiefs come together, not just the top chief, but their battalion chiefs, their deputies, their assistants, all gathered here, many captains as well. So we get a lot of the leadership and they can all hear the same thing at the same time. And I think that's important. We need that consistency in messaging. So what I'll be talking about is our national fire strategy, where we do promote this fire service one voice effort, where we are standing together with everything from climate change and our changing risk in the environment and how we're going to handle that at the local level, all the way to talking about firefighter recruitment, looking at firefighter health and safety still, how EMS is really changing in our departments and how the things that we're responding to. And so it's important that we're all together to have these conversations because the challenges are the same across the board, with minute differences for locality, but nonetheless the same across the board.
Absolutely. You have a really incredible background. You started off as a data scientist. How do you think that experience helps you in your current role?
You know, I think just having a mindset of gathering information is important. And that has really helped in this role because I have to gather information from a lot of sources to really be successful, to have the vision that it takes to lead America's fire service. And so I think that attribute has really helped me. And of course, being a data scientist, I've really focused in on where we are lacking in our data as the nation's fire service. And so this is one of the big initiatives that we have is our National Emergency Response Information System. We call it NERIS, and I will be talking about that today as well. So I'm excited to begin that onboarding this year. But that's why the focus on data is so incredibly important for all of us.
Can you elaborate on that initiative and where specifically are some of the areas where we're really deficient in that data?
Yeah, you know, our data historically have come from a legacy system called INFRS, or the National Fire Incident Reporting System. And INFRS was actually created in 1976. And so it is a legacy system. It was last updated in 2002 when we took it web-based. So think we have people in the audience that are probably not even born in 2002, right? And so we have to do something better. There's so much technology that can be brought to the table. There's so much information that's available. Just think about AI initiatives, right? Even using some narrow machine learning in our new system, we'll be able to see patterns at the local level that perhaps our statisticians and even the chiefs are not picking up on the risk in their local area. So how can they then better deploy resources to match those risks? You don't do that if you don't know what they are. Right. And so today our data are about 2 years old. By the time we really can get information at the national level, often even at the local level, they don't get their data back. They're putting data in, it goes to a black hole. What we're rolling out is near real time information in a dashboard and capability of a system that is for them in that moment. The data goes in, it's available for analytics and the algorithms that are there for it. So insights, real-time information at the local level.
So important. So that's one of your new initiatives. I also want to talk about something very exciting that you recently spearheaded in Washington, D.C., and that was the inaugural session of the World Fire Congress. This is incredible, an international effort. One, where did this idea come up from? And two, why was it important to really, bring together firefighters from an international cohort?
I love this question because that's been one of the most exciting things that I've been able to do while I've been in this seat. You know, it came about, I was at an international conference, and near the fire conference I was attending was a law enforcement congress. So it was the International Police Congress, or the World Police Congress. And I thought, why do we not have this in the fire side? And so I began to float the idea to some of our national leadership, and they were all, why not? And so I wanted to make sure everybody was going to be all in, and they were. So part of our one voice effort again, we were able to come together, initiate and pull this World Fire Congress off. And why is it important? Well, it's important because here in the US, we often think we know everything, and we don't. So there's so many innovations. dealing with lithium-ion battery fires, for
Right.
example, dealing with climate change. We're watching even today as Greece continues to burn with wildfires, Australia, Canada. We can learn from other nations. We all have the same challenges, and it was important to come together and share our insights as well.
That collaboration is so important.
Absolutely,
key.
across the board.
Final question for you today. Our topic, our theme today is about LEAD, one of the IAFC's key pillars. And obviously, you know a thing or two about leadership. What do you think makes a good leader?
Oh, wow. I could talk all day on that one.
I was going to say, it's a loaded question.
Yes, what's a good leader? There's so many attributes. You know, I think obviously servant leaders are important. People who lead as if others' lives depend on it.
Yeah.
And that's key. You lead out front and you take care of your people. And you will know a good servant leader by the way their people talk about them.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And you'll always get the insights of how good a leader is by what their people say. But today it's also important that we are transformational leaders. And so we have to think really outside of our traditional leadership roles to be innovative, to understand how to bring people to the table, because we have so many different generations today, and we need to lead them based on how they choose to follow. And I know that might not make sense, but there's some nuances there.
It makes sense.
We
yeah.
can't lead everybody the same way. So we need to understand and meet people where they are.
Right.
And lead people and know how to lead people who are not like us. We have so many people on the job, different ethnicities, different gender, different mindsets, that really cause us to have to think outside our way of doing things and being much more open and transformational of the process.
Well, we certainly appreciate your time today, and thank you so much for being here at FRI this year. It's been a pleasure.
I'm excited. Thank you so much for the time.